conditions for different VGS. Okay. And we also saw a,
So,
yeah.
so I'm having a question. Why for short channel the change of ID with respect to VGS is linear, while for long channel it is quadratic?
So we discussed now because of velocity saturation.
So it is just okay because of velocity saturation. Okay. So the change in ID with respect to VGS is going to be more steeper for velocity saturation.
Due to velocity saturation, current cannot really grow at the same pace as it would grow in a long channel device. Therefore, instead of a quadratic curve, you have a linear curve there.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, Anuj.
Sir, in last class we talked about that the tapered region depth. Sorry, not depth. We talked about that why this tapered region is triangle in shape. So it is because of the density of the electrons. So, sir, there is a potential that gets developed between gate and channel, which is called as gate to drain voltage. So, sir, this potential is responsible for the depth of the channel. So, is it responsible or not, sir? Because in the last class we discussed that there is nothing called as the depth of the channel, but actually this VGD is responsible for deciding the depth of the channel at the source region, and at the same time it is also responsible for deciding the pinch off voltage also.
So,
VGD.
Anuj, we had discussed in the last class that there is nothing called the depth of the channel because the channel exists only on the surface. The inversion layer is only on the surface. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, what can change is the number of electrons that can enter the inversion layer. Okay. That can change the depth of the channel.
So you are not audible.
So is it,
So your voice is breaking.
am I audible
Yes, sir,
now?
it's breaking for me as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Sir, are you speaking something?
Yeah. So we already discussed in the last class that, am I audible now? Or is it
Yes, sir.
still a problem? It's
So now
better
you are.
now?
Now you
Yes, sir.
are.
Yeah. So, yeah, we discussed in the last class that uh, the channel or the inversion layer exists only on the surface. There is nothing called as depth. When you apply a body bias voltage, when you change the voltage at the bulk terminal, what happens is the availability of electrons can increase, and therefore the VT can change. Therefore, you can say, जो आपका triangle, जो हम triangle दिखाते हैं, that is essentially the density of electrons. So since availability of electrons has changed, the density of electrons can change, and you may experience a enlargement of that triangle. But that triangle is nothing about the depth. It is just about the density of electrons on the surface of the or at the interface of the silicon and silicon dioxide. So again, do not confuse that triangle with the depth at all. That triangle only represents the density of electrons there, and that density of electrons will change when you apply body bias, when you apply any voltage on the bulk. So it will change, and therefore we would have a body effect which would influence the kind of speed. And so as we'll go into the circuits part, you will see that we actually can utilize body effect to our advantage also, and reduce leakage at times and improve speed at other times.
No, sir. I am not talking about this body effect. I am saying, sir, first question is pinch off voltage is decided by gate to drain voltage or not? VGD. The pinch off voltage is decided by gate to drain voltage or not?
So, okay, pinch off voltage is decided by VDS. If you say VDS is 0 and there is some gate voltage at which you are checking the pinch off, then VGD also. For a given VGS, VDS decides it. For a given VGS, for a given VGS, VDS decides it. For a given VDS, VGS would or VGD would decide it. Yes. You will keep something as constant, and then the other variable you will see that will change the place where the pinch off would change.
Sir, if I say I am standing at the source side and I am moving towards the drain end through the channel, so this
Mhm.
VGD will change from positive to negative value, right, sir? VG,
VG is the voltage I have applied on the gate.
yes,
VD
sir.
is the voltage I have applied on the drain.
Yes, sir.
When I move, how will the voltage between gate and drain change?
No, sir. The VDS voltage changes from 0 to VDS along the length of the channel, and at the same time, there is one other voltage V means the gate terminal and at any point in the channel region.
You're talking about equipotential contours, am I right?
I don't know whether this is called equipotential contours or not.
I think that he's talking about like a drop of VDS along the channel.
Okay, because VDS is constant. What you're talking about is that there is as you apply voltage on one terminal and there is a 0 volt on the other terminal, the drop is happening across the channel, and that is what you're talking about. Am I right?
Sir, I am applying both the voltages simultaneously. VGS is also applied, VDS is also applied. Now, if I find VGD, gate to drain voltage, so this VGD, if I am standing at the source terminal, VGD value will be a positive value, which is VGS minus VDS, and at the source side, VDS is 0, so it will be equal to VGS. Now, if I have come to the drain end, then my VGD value will be VGS minus VDS, and here VDS is not 0.
So, are you able to see the slides?
Yes, sir.
What we are doing, we actually have 3 terminals only, or there is a body terminal which is not shown here. We can say there is another voltage applied between VGB, let us say. Okay. So, you apply a voltage on VG, you apply a voltage on VD, you apply another voltage on VS, and you apply another voltage on VB. That voltage is what you have applied. Okay, VGD is what you have applied. VGS is what you have applied. Now, what happens is this terminal, this part is at VS. This terminal you have applied VG, and that voltage drop or that change in voltage would appear across this channel somewhere. Okay, because the gate has been some voltage has been applied on the gate, another voltage is here. They are not so there is some current that is flowing because of this VDS somewhere, and therefore we are saying that there is some equipotential contours through which I say that okay, यहाँ पे मेरा जो contour है that represents a voltage of 0 volt. यहाँ पे जो contour आ रहा है that represents a voltage of VDD when my VDS is VDD, and there is a drop that is happening across the channel. This terminal is at VDD, this terminal is at ground, and there is a drop happening across the channel. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somewhat similar thing. Yes, sir.
The VDS and VGS are what you have applied. They do not change. The potential drop across the channel would be different because it's something like आप एक resistance ले रहे हो बड़ा सा, and एक तरफ आपका VDD है, एक तरफ आपका ground है. आप इस resistor के किस point पे tap कर रहे हो, that will change the voltage that you will observe. तो वो voltage drop तो यहाँ पे नजर आएगा ही ना?
Yes, sir. This voltage drop is हाँ VDS की वजह से होगा. Yes, sir. मतलब resistance की वजह से होगा.
Yes. Then you also say that this is a field effect transistor. So when I've applied a voltage on the gate would lead to a formation of a inversion layer over here, for example, and this inversion layer is interacting with source on one side, drain on the other side. There is one potential here, there is another potential here. So this inversion layer starts to appear like this, because across the inversion layer there is a drop in voltage. So over here ये resistance ऐसा नजर आ रहा है आपको. So possibly, Anuj, I have not actually understood your question. I have tried to explain what I have understood, but did that help you?
Yes sir, actually I am asking this only. ये जो सर आपने ना inversion region बनाया है ना, ये source side में it is deeper and at the drain end it is
Again, it is not deeper. This is only about electron density we am talking about. Everything is at the surface. There is no depth to it.
Okay sir.
First thing I want to correct is there is no depth to the inversion layer. Inversion layer is a thin layer at the surface of the or at the interface of the semiconductor and the oxide. That is the first thing that you should keep in mind. And what we are representing here is the density of electrons.
Okay sir.
It is not depth.
Sir, am I
Just one
audible?
thing I want to ask, ये gate to drain voltage का impact MOSFET में सर कुछ होगा या नहीं होगा? Gate to drain voltage.
So gate induced drain lowering होगी short channel devices में, but that is a short channel effect that we can study later.
Okay sir. Okay.
Hello, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
हाँ सर, आई वांट टू इंटरफेयर इन दिस सर. एक्चुअली आई थिंक अनुज जो कह रहा है कि वेस्टे में दिया हुआ था दैट गेट टू चैनल जो वोल्टेज है वो अलोंग दी चैनल जो है वो चेंज होती रहेगी. लाइक गेट टू लाइक ड्रेन के पास गेट टू चैनल वोल्टेज बहुत कम होगी, नियरली वीटी होगी.
Gate to channel. Wait, Vatsal. You are using the term gate to channel.
Yes,
he was using the term gate to source or gate to drain. They are
Yes,
two
sir.
very different things.
सर ये गेट टू चैनल जो बोल रहे हैं ना, ये सर गेट वोल्टेज पे गेट पोटेंशियल पे मैंने वीजी अप्लाई कर दिया और चैनल में हमने कोई भी पॉइंट सेलेक्ट कर दिया. उस पॉइंट पे अगर मैं वोल्टेज देखूंगा हॉरिजॉन्टली मूव करूंगा तो अभी सर आपने बनाया था ना वो रेजिस्टेंस.
हाँ, वो वोल्टेज चेंज होगी.
हाँ तो सर वो वोल्टेज चेंज होगी. तो अब मैं वही डिफरेंस ले रहा हूँ VGS माइनस VDS. इफ आई टेक दिस VGS माइनस VDS, दिस इज इक्वल टू VGD. मतलब VG माइनस VS देन माइनस VD प्लस VS. तो VS VS कैंसिल हो गया. सो दिस गिव्स मी VG माइनस VD.
ओके.
तो सर ये कहना चाह रहा है लाइक जैसे ड्रेन के पास अगर वो जो VGC मतलब वो कम होगा तो जो चार्ज होंगे वो भी कम होगा, बिकॉज चार्ज डेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू VGC. तो ये कहना चाह रहा है कि जो चैनल बनेगा उसकी डेंसिटी जो है उसका इफेक्ट VGC की वजह से आएगा. आई थिंक ऐसा ये कहना चाह रहा है.
ओके, तो ये तो बात हम कर ही चुके हैं अभी.
अनुज सही कह रहा हूँ क्या?
अबाउट एग्जैक्टली द सेम थिंग ना.
यस सर. मतलब मुझे सर ना अभी बस यही कंफ्यूजन था कि ये डेंसिटी और डेप्थ वाली चीज में, तो दैट आई
इट इज नॉट डेप्थ. It is not depth. It is only density. There is no depth of this channel. Okay.
Okay sir.
Whatever some book may say or not say, there is no depth to it. All these charges appear at the surface.
Okay sir.
When you will run TCAT simulations, you will be able to see this very clearly yourself. This representation, which looks like a depth, is only of the electron charge density. That's it. Okay.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Yeah.
Sir, like when we talk of gate to channel capacitance CGC, then we say that it is W into L into Cox. एंड सर जो अलग अलग रीजन में जब ये डिफाइन किया हमने कि ये ऐसे ऐसे जो मतलब सर उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा, लेकिन सर ये सीऑक्स वाला फैक्टर जो है ये तो सिर्फ ऑक्साइड चार्जेस की वजह से मतलब ऑक्साइड कैपेसिटेंस हो गई. तो सर इसमें चैनल का इफेक्ट इसमें कैसे जुड़ रहा है, मुझे ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा है.
So where does the channel exist?
Sir, like
channel exists at the interface of the oxide and the semiconductor.
Yes sir.
So how far is it from the other plate?
It's very near.
Deoxy तो दूर है ना.
नहीं सर, जैसे जब डिप्लीशन रीजन बढ़ेगा सर यहाँ पे जब हम इन्वर्जन की तरफ जाएंगे एक्यूमुलेशन से, तो सर ये तो बढ़ेगी ना नीचे, मतलब एक डिप्लीशन रीजन बढ़ेगा तो सर वो डेप्थ में बढ़ता है या फिर वो भी सिर्फ सरफेस फिनोमेना है?
So depletion region is in physical depth. Depletion region would be in physical depth.
Yes sir. So
Tox is also a physical depth. Tox is also a physical dimension.
ये सर, तो जब सर हम लोग जब इस रीजन में होंगे तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये जो कैपेसिटेंस है ये हाफ हाफ डिवाइड हो जाएगी सोर्स और ड्रेन के बीच में। लेकिन सर जो फॉर्मूला है वो सिर्फ सी ऑक्स है, लेकिन इसमें तो सर डिप्लीशन चार्जेस का भी कुछ इनपुट होगा ना सर?
Yeah, so what happens is, again, we come back to the original thing. What did we say? We say that we will look at capacitance as delta Q upon delta V. So where is this delta Q happening? That location, that depth at which this delta Q happens, that is the depth you will use here, whether it is Tox or W depth or whatever. Okay?
ओके
एप्सिलॉन
सर,
ए
ये
तो कांस्टेंट रहने वाला है। Tox
ये
और W
Tox
depth में से आप क्या यूज करोगे वो उस पर डिपेंड करेगा कि ये चेंज इन चार्ज कहाँ हो रहा है when you change the voltage. So when you change the gate voltage, if there is an inversion layer, the change in charge happens here. When the inversion layer did not exist, then the change in charge was happening at the edge of the depletion width. So the Tox or W depth defined that the capacitance would change in inversion and in depletion region.
yes sir, but sir जैसे जो Cox है, Cox is basically epsilon ox by Tox.
दोबारा से बोलो।
Sir, Cox is epsilon ox by Tox. Like Tox is the
Okay.
width of the
Yes.
dielectric and epsilon ox
Yes.
is the dielectric constant. तो सर जब मैं एक्यूमुलेशन से इन्वर्जन में जा रहा हूँ, लाइक जो बीच वाला रीजन है सर, उसमें एक डिप्लीशन विड्थ होगी मेरे पास। लेकिन सर जो मॉडल मैं कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं बस ये कंफर्म करना चाहता हूँ कि सर लेकिन ये Cox में तो सिर्फ Tox है और एप्सिलॉन ऑक्स है, तो सर जो डिप्लीशन चार्जेस का इनपुट है वो कैसे मॉडल हो रहा है, या वो हम उसे अभी इग्नोर कर रहे हैं जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ कैलकुलेशन?
So again, does the change in charge happen in the inversion layer or does it happen in the depletion layer?
Sir, depletion layer.
When there is an inversion layer, the change in charge doesn't happen in the depletion layer. The change in charge happens only in the inversion layer. When there is a inversion layer that exists, then due to change in gate voltage, the change in charge happens only at the inversion layer. Okay. So how many of us are doing that course on solid state devices?
Me.
So have you covered this part in the course yet or not yet?
No, sir.
So this will be covered in much more detail there. The intent of introducing you to this thing is simply that usually solid state devices course happens in the winter semester. Now this year it's happening in the monsoon semester. So since it happens in the winter semester, I still cover it this part over here so that you have some idea of what gate capacitance is about when you design circuits. Now, since many of you are still not doing the SSD course this semester, I still continue to cover this part. But this part is dealt in much more detail in the solid state devices course. Okay. So, अगर आपके पास if you're getting confused between where the change in, so in the solid state devices course, you will see that once the inversion layer sets in, then the depletion width simply doesn't change. The depletion width remains constant. Any change in charge happens only in the inversion layer. I'm telling it to you as facts. They will help you derive this thing,
Hello,
through
sir.
mathematical equations. Yes.
Hello, sir. So just a small suggestion for
sir.
those who have not taken the solid state devices course. Like I did the solid state device course last semester, and there's this course book called Benji's Treatment and Banerjee. So
Yes.
they have this course book which is like quite descriptive. अगर online version देख लेंगे बच्चे तो उससे काफी help हो जाएगी ये चीज समझने में. So just a suggestion for everyone.
Yeah.
So that would be a very helpful book.
Thank you, Swapna. So again, I would say that if you really wish to understand it in full detail, SSD is the course that we are looking for. Otherwise, I'm telling you that once the inversion layer comes, any change in charge would happen in the inversion layer. Therefore, the distance between the two plates that you would consider would be Tox. If the inversion layer is not there, then any change in charge is happening at the edge of the depletion layer. So the D would be depth of the depletion layer. Okay, does this help? So Akshat, is this thing clear, Abhi?
Yes,
I know
sir.
I have not gone into much detail, but at least the points that the depths to which I wish to cover in the course, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I do not want to kill your curiosity, but there is an agenda
No, sir,
that we have
actually,
in
I
this
have one.
course. We do not cover SSD in DVD.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have
Yes,
already
please.
gone through that Benji's treatment book. But सर जो डाउट हो रहा था सो वो सर मेरे को मॉडल जब जो इसका मॉडल है ना सर जो हम लोग यूज करते हैं अभी जिस तरह से हम कैपेसिटेंस मॉडल करते हैं तो सर उसमें मुझे कुछ डाउट हो रहा है वो चीज उसमें मतलब बेंजीस ट्रीटमेंट में उतनी क्लियर नहीं है वो चीज सर आप
तो अभी भी क्लियर नहीं हो पाई क्या अक्षर?
सर आई विल आस्क इन ऑफिस आवर्स
नहीं, अभी क्लियर हो पाई है, अभी भी नहीं हो पाई है?
सर अभी हो पाई है लेकिन मुझे कुछ मैं डिटेल में सर कल ऑफिस आवर्स में क्लियर कर दूंगा एक्चुअली मैं समझा तो नहीं पा रहा हूँ मुझे क्या पूछना है
Definitely. You're welcome.
Excuse
So
me,
we
sir.
looked at this first. Yes.
Sir, subthreshold
Yes, Aman.
conduction happens. Subthreshold conduction happens in short channel devices, or is this a phenomena of long channel devices as well?
Yeah, all devices.
So
Subthreshold current, we've already seen the equation, na? Some I naught into e raised to power minus that, minus something T and temperature and all that. We've already seen that formula in our devices courses earlier. School level
yes,
also
sir,
we
but,
saw, right?
Yes, sir. So, but
Yeah.
I have read in the Veste book, so in Rabai book, it's written
Yes,
that
Aman?
there is a parasitic bipolar junction transistor formation. Hello?
Yes, Aman, I was not able to hear you. Can you please repeat?
Sir, it was written that there is a formation of parasitic bipolar junction transistor between the source and drain because of the substrate. Sir, I was curious that for a formation of BJT, required a very narrow base. So, sir, is it possible in the long channel devices?
So that is the latch up thing that we talked about even in the office hours multiple times. I think Prakhar has talked about latch up. I have also talked about latch up. So because we have N-wells and P-wells there and N plus and P plus regions there when we make devices, so these parasitic BJTs anyways get formed. So BJTs तो बनते ही हैं आपके as soon as you have N plus regions, P plus regions and PN interacting amongst each other, you will form these BJTs. And in fact, they are very dangerous. That is where you use those substrate connections also. We've discussed this in detail in the office hours also.
Okay, sir. I will watch that video.
Yeah, you can see it in the recordings also. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So आगे बढ़े. Okay. So we looked at the perspective view in the last class, and we also looked at different kinds of capacitances that exist because of junctions, because of oxide, because of overlap and so on. And then we also looked at how these capacitances change as voltages are changed. Okay, and then we wanted to enter into this aspect, which was that how do we estimate the diffusion capacitance? And I wanted to enter into this aspect also because this will have a strong bearing on the way we make our layouts. So this is the top perspective view of a source or a drain region. And you will see that this is the region in which you will do some N plus doping. Are you with me on this? Are you able to see this region जहाँ पे आप N plus doping करेंगे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So यहाँ पे आपकी N plus doping है, and in the surrounding part you have P well. if you're talking about an NMOS, then here it is PVIL and here it is N plus. So there is a PN junction that is getting formed at the interface of wherever the diffusion of N plus ends. So अगर आपका ये आपका source और drain का well है, region है, तो इस region के periphery पे there is a PN junction that will get formed. Am I right? So there is a depth of this. There's a depth of this bucket, and then the size of the bucket is also already known to us. We know the width of the device and we know the extension of the. So if I look at it from the transistor's point of view, so this represents the poly gate. This represents the extension outside the poly, and this W is the width of your transistor. Okay. So this W is the width of your transistor. This LS is the extension outside the poly. And अगर अब मुझे इसका इस पूरे diffusion region का capacitance निकालना होगा, तो what do I need to do? I need to add the bottom capacitance and the capacitance of the side walls. Am I right? So bottom capacitance is calculated by the junction capacitance into area, and this capacitance is calculated by junction sidewall capacitance into perimeter. Okay, so जब आप अपने devices को extract करते हैं, you've done the extraction of your devices, have you not? Because you've done the post layout simulations. So have you seen that when you do a post layout extraction, you get in addition to whatever that XM1, then the voltage at source, voltage at drain, voltage at gate, source, drain, gate, bulk, and then device name, and then you get parameters like AD, AS, PD, PS. Have you seen these 4 parameters in the extracted netlist?
Yes, sir.
So these 4 parameters are used to estimate, these 4, this AD represents area of the drain. So this area of the drain, which would be used to estimate the drain component or the bottom plate component of your drain capacitance. AS is that for the source. PD represents the perimeter of the drain. So this would be used to calculate the junction sidewall capacitance of the drain region. Similarly, PS for the junction sidewall capacitance for the substrate for the source region. And that is why you will notice that because these parasitic capacitances have also been put in picture, you may notice that your device behavior changes when you move from pre-layout simulations to post-layout simulations, because these are also parasitic capacitances. Okay, so
excuse me, sir. So just
yes.
One question. So when we write CJ as W times 2LS plus W, shouldn't it be 2W, because there would be like side walls on both the sides, right? From channel side as well as the opposite to it.
Actually, what happens on this side, Setu, is we do gate engineering. On this side, we also make lightly doped drains and lightly doped source regions. So we do a lot of gate engineering on the side of the channel. So उस side की capacitance को हम side junction wall capacitance की तरह count नहीं करते.
So like there should be then फिर हमको like एक और term लेनी चाहिए जिसको which accounts for that gate engineering as well, right?
No, that is already taken care of in so. How do you think this CJSW is measured?
I think like they put probes and then they try to
just put exactly. You just measure some devices. So whatever. So this part contributes to some capacitance, but that is not huge. Also because as soon as the inversion layer is formed, there is a current flowing through this side. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a depletion region. There is a current flow happening. So there are many phenomena here, and the CJSW already accounts for whatever capacitance comes from this side. You don't need to feed W twice.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
So CGSW is per meter, because area, it is not area, and it is parameter. So here the unit should be per meter for
Per
CGSW.
micron, yes. Yeah.
हाँ,
Per micron, and for
per
the
micron.
for CJ it is per micron square.
CGSW का समझ नहीं आ रहा ये कैसे निकलता होगा, अभी एक बार दोबारा समझा दोगे ये?
मतलब आप मल्टीपल डिवाइसेस लोगे अलग अलग साइज के, आप उनकी कैपेसिटेंस निकालोगे ड्रेन और सोर्स रीजन की, एंड देन आप प्लॉट करोगे, और प्लॉट के जो आपके इंटरसेप्ट्स हैं उनसे आप निकाल लोगे कि आपका CJSW क्या है और CJ क्या है. So you will have 100 samples with different value of LS, W, and different dimensions for area and perimeter. And it is just then curve fitting and identifying what is CJSW and what is CJ.
Okay, sir. There is no formula. Just like we have to measure it.
Okay, so if you want to have a formula, then you can obviously identify the width of the PN junction, and you can come up with that. Yes, you can always do that theoretically, but what I'm sharing is how it is done in a practical scenario.
Okay.
So
You can always do that theoretically. That is how paper models are made. Paper SPICE models are made based on that only. But finally, the SPICE models that you will get will be based on experimental results. So that is where you measure multiple source drain regions, and you estimate what the value of CJ and CJSW is for different doping.
so
Yes.
so as in the case for gate, the channel capacitance and the overlap capacitance were part of this. So when we talk about they were part of C gate.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the CSB and the CDB, so is diffusion capacitance is what contributes to those CSB and CDB? Because like we have the junction forming between the source and the bulk kind of situation. So diffusion capacitance is actually
This is, yeah. So this is, yes, this is CSB and CDB. You are right. Okay. Because this is because of the junctions that exist between drain and bulk and source and bulk.
yes, sir.
Okay.
सर
Yeah. Yes.
सर यहाँ पर ब्लू इस है क्योंकि है ना फॉर्म होगी तो सर कैपेसिटर के लिए हमको एक प्लेट पे तो हमारा नेगेटिव चार्ज हो जाएगा, तो ये कोई कैपेसिटर फॉर्म नहीं कर पाएगा इस साइड पर, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पर अपन ने एक ही W लिखा है सर, मतलब इस साइड वॉल को हमने कंसीडर नहीं किया.
तो दूसरी तरफ साइड वॉल एक्चुअली है ही नहीं वैसे प्रिया, बिकॉज वहां पे गेट के साथ इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है उसका. वहां पे गेट इंजीनियरिंग हो चुकी है, वहां पे चैनल बन चुका है, तो वहां पे वो जो कैपेसिटेंस है आप उसको जैसा अभी स्वप्निल ने मेंशन करा, आप उसको गेट कैपेसिटेंस के अंदर ऑलरेडी अकाउंट कर लेते हो, आप उसको जंक्शन कैपेसिटेंस में नहीं ऐड करोगे. उधर गेट का इन्फ्लुएंस ज्यादा है. ओके, वहां पे गेट इंजीनियरिंग हो चुकी है, वहां पे गेट का इन्फ्लुएंस बहुत स्ट्रांग है, आप उसको इसलिए गेट कैपेसिटेंस के अंदर ऐड करोगे.
अच्छा, मतलब कैपेसिटेंस तो है बट वो गेट कैपेसिटेंस में आ गया. ओके.
या आप उसको जंक्शन कैपेसिटेंस की तरह मॉडल नहीं कर पाओगे. वो उस पे गेट के ऊपर क्या वोल्टेज है उसका बहुत स्ट्रांग इन्फ्लुएंस होगा. जस्ट लाइक हम अभी गेट कैपेसिटेंस की बात कर रहे थे कि वो इन्वर्जन में है, एक्यूमुलेशन में है, उससे चेंज होता है. This region would also change a lot with the gate voltage. So you cannot really do it in this manner. Diffusion capacitance is only about one side of W and the two sides of the extension region. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes.
So why it is called diffusion capacitance?
Because it is because of the diffusion layer.
So why the word diffusion?
Because you diffuse. Yeah. Okay. So when you implant when you want to make an N+ region, you implant your phosphorus atoms in there. Okay. And then you anneal it, you heat it, so that this phosphorus would diffuse into the substrate. It would diffuse according to the time for which you will anneal it. So it will diffuse in this region. This region is therefore called diffusion region.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now tell me one thing. Now all of us know that there is this capacitance. चलो हम उस part पे आगे आएंगे when we will discuss the layouts. But just keep this thing in mind, the concept of diffusion capacitance, because we will see that there will be a benefit in making transistors like this. And the capacitance of this region is the capacitance of this node N1 will be less than had you built these two transistors separately. Suppose you had to make two transistors like this. So if you merge these two devices, you will have better capacitance behavior. We will study that in more detail later, but keep this thing in mind, this aspect in mind. Okay. So now we come to the next set of devices on silicon that we have, which is wires. So we already talked about wires a bit, so I will be slightly fast in this region. Yes.
Sir, could you please go to back in previous slide? I have a doubt. Like in
Yes.
Gate capacitance.
Gate capacitance. This one. Which one?
Yes, sir. Sir, second diagram.
This one.
In gate capacitance, where diagram? Yes, sir. In right diagram. Actually, sir, वो मेरे को 2/3 और 1/2 कैसे हो रहा है ये सब समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
So this is an estimate that has been measured. So what happens is when VDS is changed, and pinch off starts to happen. Okay, when pinch off starts to happen, the capacitance with the drain starts to go towards zero or starts to go low because the channel doesn't exist on that side. है ना? अब ड्रेन की तरफ चैनल एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रहा है. जब ड्रेन की तरफ चैनल एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा तो कैपेसिटेंस वहां पे कैसे होगी? वहां पे कैपेसिटेंस तो बची नहीं. देयर इज नो अदर प्लेट per se. So the GCD component reduces. Okay, and CGCS component is set to increase slightly because you see that there is, because of higher VDS, so to say, because of higher VDS, there is more charge in this region, in the remaining part of the channel region, and therefore you say that okay, CGS थोड़ा सा बढ़ रहा है, but effectively CGC would reduce. Over here the assumption is that आपका जो channel है वो typically अगर पूरी L है तो उसके 2/3 L पे रहेगा pinch off होके.
Sir, is there a difference for the model that is used in analog devices as compared to digital devices?
For capacitances?
Yes, sir. Like, sir, in analog devices, I studied that it is in the strong inversion region is divided at 2/3 W/L Cox/3 and 1/3 WL Cox/3.
I'm sorry?
Sir, like we say in digital DVD course that the gate to source capacitance is 0.
Gate to source capacitance is 0.
नहीं सर, the contribution of this WL Cox, like ये वाला जो फैक्टर है इसका सर ये नीचे GCD गेट टू ड्रेन, सॉरी. तो लेकिन सर एनालॉग में मैंने हॉलबर्ग में पढ़ा था कि वो 1/3 WL Cox हो जाता है.
वो देखो यहाँ पे हमने दिखाया है.
नहीं सर, ये वाला तो 1/2 ही है, लेकिन जब स्ट्रॉन्ग इन्वर्जन हो जा रहा है उसके बाद वो 2/3 और 1/3 ऐसे डिवाइड हो रहा है सोर्स और ड्रेन के बीच में.
Okay. So again, I've used this source as the reference for this work. We can check. I do not know why they have shown it like that, but I found this to be good enough.
Hello, sir.
It might be that they are operating in a different region of operation, and therefore, because over here we are just talking about pinch off just happening.
Yes, sir. That's
VDS
why I
equal to VGS minus VT means pinch off is just happening, or pinch off has happened, and they might be talking somewhere here. I do not know. अगर इस एरिया में कहीं देखेंगे तो 2/3 1/3 दिखेगा रेशियो, something like that. I don't know.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. I just want to confirm, like omega L Cox is equals to CGD plus CGS plus Cox, right? I mean C
ये
gate is
omega
equals
नहीं है,
to
W है. This is W. This is not omega.
W, sorry.
Yeah, WL Cox is equal to
Yes, sir.
CGC. दोबारा से बोलो.
CGS plus CGD plus Cox, right?
Okay.
I mean gate capacitance is equals to Cox plus CGD plus CGS.
Yes.
So sir, how we can write CGD is equals to CGS is equals to omega L Cox by 2? Actually, yes sir.
So over here they have modeled it as that, okay, I have this device and I just, instead of describing a capacitance between CGB, I say that this capacitance is split between drain and source half by half. Saying thereby that CGB actually goes to 0. And because अब यहाँ पे इन्वर्जन लेयर आ गया है, इन्वर्जन लेयर आने के बाद ये कैपेसिटेंस सोर्स और ड्रेन पे नजर आएगी, ना कि बल्ब के साथ. दैट इज द मॉडल ओवर हियर. क्योंकि इन्वर्जन लेयर गेट्स चार्ज फ्रॉम सोर्स एंड ड्रेन. बल्ब से कोई लेना देना नहीं रहता उसके बाद.
मेरे को एक चीज समझ में आती है बस कि जो गेट टू चैनल कैपेसिटेंस है सर, वो सेपरेट है. लाइक अगर सोर्स से रिलेट करेंगे गेट को तो वो गेट टू सोर्स CGS हो जाएगा और CGD अलग सेपरेट हो जाएगा. ये जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रहा है वो कैसे हो रहा है वो समझ में नहीं आया. लाइक देयर इज 3 सेपरेट कैपेसिटेंस, C gate, Cox plus CGD plus CGS.
Okay. Let us look at the inversion layer. Over here we have said that VDS is equal to 0. Be careful. So there is no voltage difference between source and drain. Source and drain are shorted amongst each other. Okay. यहाँ पे आपका, sorry, ये आपका गेट है, ये आपका Tox है, और यहाँ पे आपका एक इन्वर्जन लेयर बन चुका है. Am I right? This is the situation we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Drain, source, gate, and there's an inversion layer over here. Now in this inversion layer, when you apply a change in voltage of the gate, suppose you increase the gate voltage by 10 millivolts, what would happen? That 10 millivolt charge would extra charge would be injected into the inversion layer. Where would that charge come from? From drain region and from the source region. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So once the inversion layer is formed, the model says that the gate capacitance, instead of being with the bulk, तो जब तक ये inversion layer नहीं था, what was the status? If there was any change in gate voltage, where would the charge come from? You would increase or decrease the depletion width of it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So where was this charge of the depletion layer coming from? From the body.
Yes.
So till the time the inversion layer appeared, the capacitance was between gate and bulk. As the inversion layer appeared, as the inversion layer started to appear, the inversion layer shielded the bulk from any field that would come from the gate, and the charges were now provided by the source and the drain region. So CGCB completely vanished, and a capacitance with source and drain started to appear. And since VDS is 0, both the two regions are symmetric. The capacitance is half, like the charge would come from both the sides in equal value.
Okay, sir. Now
Is
I
it
got
fine?
it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You use exactly the same analogy to arrive at this also, the other curve also. Okay? कि जब वहां पे चैनल एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रहा है, सपोज आपने VDS इतना लगा दिया कि पिंच ऑफ होने वाला है, इट मींस चैनल डजंट एग्जिस्ट, है ना? तो द ड्रेन हैज, सॉरी ये उल्टा दिखा दिया मैंने. So the drain has no capacitance. The gate capacitance attributed to the drain goes to 0, but that to the source increases, and that is where it settles. Okay?
Yes, sir.
आगे बढ़े.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when in pinch off condition, we have depletion region around drain, right, sir?
Depletion region is yes. The entire channel region is. This is the entire depletion region.
Okay, sir. Sir, then we have gate. Below gate, we have oxide layer, and below oxide layer we have depletion region, and then we have body. So why don't we consider capacitor in this region, sir? We have two plates, and then between we have oxide layer, and then
again. Guruvi, go back to the original definition. How we found the capacitance? We said we will look at delta Q by delta V, and will for considering something to be a plate and the distance between the two plates, we will look at where is this delta Q happening. So as you change the gate voltage, even though there is no channel, no inversion layer here, does the charge change in the depletion region? No. Any change in charge still happens in this part. Is it not? The change in charge because of change in gate voltage after pinch off has happened would still happen in the inversion layer. Even though pinch off has happened, any change in charge would happen only here. And that change in charge will be contributed only by the source part. The drain part will not contribute anything there. Therefore,
Okay,
the
sir.
entire gate
Thank you, sir.
capacitance is modeled on the source. Okay?
Yes, sir.
आगे बढ़े. So now we come to wires. Since we've already done wires, हमारा तो एक quiz में भी हम cover कर चुके हैं. I will just quickly rush through this. Okay, but if there are questions, you can always stop me and ask. So why are wires important? Wires are important because they help us to transmit information from one part of the circuit to another and connect two different, gates, devices, circuits, whatever. For any technology, the wire density is defined by what we call as pitch, which is equal to W plus S, where W is the minimum width of the wire that you can draw in that particular technology, and S is the minimum spacing that you can keep between two wires. Okay, so this is the densest pitch that you can have in any given technology. Okay, then in terms of wire geometry, another important aspect is what is the height of this wire, because the height of this wire, the thickness of this wire has a very strong influence on first the resistivity, which we already saw, but also the intra-metal capacitances that this wire will see with an adjacent wire. Okay, and this is just I'm sorry, it's quickly jumping every time. In advanced technologies, you will see that AR, that is the aspect ratio, which is thickness upon width, is actually equal to 2 or even higher. Today the wires that you have look like this. This is W, and this T is very easily twice W, if not more. This has been done so that you can have lower resistivity by increasing the cross-section area of the wire, while you can still pack more wires in close proximity to each other. Okay, यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, considering that your wires are manufactured like this, the wire capacitance is modeled in this manner, where we say that a wire, this blue wire, would have capacitances with the adjacent wires. These wires that we had shown over here, so these are adjacent wires. Okay, and it will also have capacitance with the top and the bottom wires. Because there is the height of this dielectric that is there, due to which there is a top and the bottom capacitance also. Now, when we looked at the gate dielectric earlier, and we said that gate dielectric was SiO2, and in advanced technologies, we are using high K metal gate dielectrics. We are using high K dielectrics on the gate so as to prevent short channel effects. We just mentioned this term, high K metal gate dielectrics, metal gate stacks. This dielectric that you're talking about here is called intra-metal and intermetal dielectric. While on the gate dielectric side, we went to a high K dielectric, the material research for the intra and intermetal dielectric has always been looking for a low K dielectric material. Why would I want a low K dielectric and intra and intermetal dielectric?
To reduce the capacitance.
Yes, so that my wire capacitances can go low, can be reduced. Why is low wire capacitance important?
So that
to reduce
signals
our
switch fast.
to reduce our delay.
So a lower wire capacitance would mean your RC, R to jo bhi hai, the capacitance reduces, so RC delays would reduce. Okay.
Crosstalks.
Yeah, crosstalk pe bhi aate hain abhi. So RC delays would reduce. Overall power consumption would reduce, because power consumption we know has a component of capacitance into V square into it. And then this crosstalk and disturbance that different wires cause to each other would also reduce. Okay, so you want lower capacitances. Therefore, you want to go for low K dielectrics. In fact, in advanced technologies, to make the dielectrics low K, आप material to silicon dioxide use करते हो for the mechanical strength part of it, but you put air bubbles in the silicon dioxide. So the silicon dioxide is mechanically strong to be able to support many more metal layers up there, but there are air bubbles there because air ka dielectric constant is the lowest, is almost equal to vacuum, which is 1. So you put air bubbles inside your intrametal and intermetal dielectric, and the density of these air bubbles or the way you grow these intra and intermetal dielectrics is slightly different, and therefore you will see, if you will extract capacitances, that anyway, even H1 and H2 spacing is different than the minimum spacing S that we were looking at between two wires. You will see that in advanced technologies, intrametal capacitances are more worrisome than intermetal capacitances. Whereas in earlier technologies, because our wires were more flat, the intrametal capacitance was not as much of a worry as intermetal capacitance would be. Okay, so this thing has evolved as technology has scaled. Now, how has this is a formal way of how have the so I've already talked about air pockets to you. How has the capacitance evolved over the past few technologies? And this is what you will see.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can you differentiate once again between the intra-metal and intermetal capacity, intrametal and intermetal?
Yeah. So what do you mean by intrametal? Intra से क्या मतलब समझते हैं आप?
In between the metals only, in between the like single metal or.
Yeah, intra means same layer. Intra.
Yeah, same layer.
है ना? तो मेटल 2 के अगर आप वायर्स बना रहे हो तो दो मेटल 2 के वायर्स के बीच में जो डाइलेक्ट्रिक लगा हुआ है दैट इज इंट्रामेटल डाइलेक्ट्रिक.
Okay, and different metal layers के बीच में वो inter.
Yes, that is intermetal.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? So हमने अगर so now what we did was we started to make these wires and we wanted to see what is the impact of having top and bottom planes. So we made M1 and M3. So this is a metal 2 wire का capacitance data. So metal 2 wire की width बढ़ाई and spacing के लिए ये अलग-अलग 4 values यहाँ पे use करी गई हैं. ठीक है? Infinite spacing means they're really very far apart. Okay? And this is the width. We went from 500, in fact, much lower than 500 nanometers to 2 microns. Okay? And then we also added metal 1 and metal 3 plates. Metal 1 and metal 3 plates means that I also added intermetal capacitances into the picture. And you see, as soon as you add intermetal capacitance, your capacitance almost doubles. For the isolated lines. But for the lines which are close together, the change in capacitance is not as much. So the capacitance increases for sure, but the change in capacitance is not as much. This is to say that for advanced technologies, when you space or keep wires very close to each other, the intrametal capacitance has a much stronger influence over total capacitance than the intermetal capacitance. Okay?
Sir, can you explain this again? Actually, slides इधर-उधर हो रहे थे तो समझ नहीं आया सर ये. Hello?
Yeah, I will just do that. Give me a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what I was talking was that first look at the isolated line case, these circles. Okay, isolated lines means that circles means that the wires are far away from each other. Okay, so there is no intrametal capacitance that we are talking about. They are so far away, infinite distance. Okay, these circles are for infinite distance. So for such wires which do not have any role of intrametal capacitances, the capacitance as soon as you put the top and the bottom plate kind of more than doubles. Okay, but when you have wires which are placed very close to each other, look at these rhombuses. Okay, when the wires are placed very close to each other, then the influence of plate capacitance is much less. Whereas intrametal capacitances are very, very high and prominent. Are you able to see this? So in fact, you can do this experiment in the technology that you already have, and you can find this out for yourself. You can plot these curves for yourselves by extracting the netlist, by extracting the various layouts, ensuring that wires are spaced apart and are of different widths. Okay. So this is when we say wires or interconnects, we said that wires are made of copper and all that. Now, some of you had also asked, can we use poly and diffusion layers for connections? Poly and diffusions, yes, you can use them for connections, but realize that diffusion capacitance is very, very high, almost equivalent to the gate capacitance. Okay. Diffusion also has very high resistance because finally diffusion is doped silicon, and what all you have done is आपने diffusion के surface पे you just deposited some salicide, some nickel salicide, NiSi, or some titanium salicide. You just salicided the surface of the diffusion so that आपका contact to channel का resistance कम हो जाए. But to systematically use diffusion layers for interconnects is a disaster. Same applies for polysilicon. Now, polysilicon would typically run on STI, so the capacitance, and there is no junction that polysilicon will form, so the capacitance will be lower, but polysilicon in itself is more resistive than diffusion. Okay, so even wires, you should avoid using polysilicon for wires unless you lose a lot of area. In advanced technologies, so allowed ही नहीं होता, but in old technologies also, you should avoid using polysilicon for routing. In very, very old technologies, when polysilicon used to be very thick, you know, when you had 0.5 micron thick polysilicon, in those technologies, poly resistance was not that critical. And in fact, even in SRAMs, polysilicon was used as a word line. But you can't even think about it in the advanced technology notes. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, can you please move to the previous graph?
Previous graph, yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, in this, the solid lines are inter plus intra capacitance, or is
Yes.
it just the intercapacitance?
No, this is C total.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this part we've already done. What we did not specifically say was that so this you understand. This is the formula of resistance which we have always seen. Rho L upon area, as this HW is the area of the cross section through which the current is flowing.
Yes,
This
sir.
you understand?
Yes,
Hai na?
sir.
So what we are saying is that because in any given technology, for any given metal layer, this height is fixed. We say that let us define rho by H as sheet resistance. Okay. So we define rho by H as sheet resistance. And then what is happening is we are saying that R is equal to R naught into L by W. And what is L by W? L by W is essentially कि अगर मैं W width के कितने squares बना सकता हूं इस length में. Am I right? So L by W in this length, in this figure is 2, for example. So R naught का जो unit है, that is ohms per square. In this case, if the current flows in this direction, then R1 and R2 are equal. Because both are 1 squares. For this wire, if the current flows in this direction, there is one value of R, let us say longitudinal. But if the current flows in this direction, there is another value of R, which is R horizontal. Okay? And the sheet resistance of the wire is R naught. Is this concept clear? Ohm per square. This is very important. Sheet resistance ka unit is ohm per square, and then you just measure the squares and that you will get the entire resistance value. Is this concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, this aspect we've already done, where we said that आपका barrier 3 जगह होगा. We had not really touched upon dishing. हमने dishing की बात करी थी बहुत पहले, but हमने dishing की बात अपने numerical में नहीं करी थी. But if you use dishing also, then all that you do is आप इस cross section का area निकालोगे, and you will use that for your sheet resistance value. Okay, so it just changes this formula a bit, nothing else. Because this is the same thing as we did in our quiz example also. Okay.
सर मतलब पॉलिश करने से वो कब थिकनेस कम हो गई अपनी, ऐसा कह सकते हैं अपन?
Yes, dishing happens. हमने बात करी थी pillars के बारे में. We talked about slotting. No, not yet.
No, sir. No, sir.
Very wide wires, we
No,
do
sir.
some slotting. Okay. So what happens is copper is very ductile and very soft metal. And हमने क्या कहा? हमने कहा that there are regions जहाँ पे copper wire दौड़ रही है, and there are other regions जहाँ पे silicon dioxide है. Silicon dioxide is very hard. It is like glass. So when you do CMP, chemomechanical polishing, what happens is the glass being hard will not get eroded, but copper will get eroded. So ये थोड़ी सी dishing हो जाएगी. Okay. Now जब तक तो wires पतली पतली हैं, thin wires हैं, तब तक ये dishing इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकती, because there is a support of barrier and there is support of silicon dioxide on both sides. But as the wires become wider, जैसे जैसे wires wide होती जाती हैं, तो barrier is here, silicon dioxide is here, and in between a lot of dishing can happen. This dishing can actually be something like, अगर मैं इस wire को बहुत मोटा मानूं, तो this dishing can be like this, कि आपकी 1/3 या 1/4 height जो है copper की वो खत्म हो गई. So आपने तो बहुत wide wire बनाई ताकि resistance कम हो जाए, लेकिन dishing की वजह से resistance कम हुआ ही नहीं, resistance बढ़ ही गया. So what you do is you make slots in such wires. What are slots? That after some intervals you have gaps where silicon dioxide pillars will be made. So ये आपकी wire है और बीच में एक silicon dioxide का pillar आ जाएगा. ठीक है, इधर silicon dioxide, इधर भी silicon dioxide, बीच में silicon dioxide का pillar आ गया, तो आपका dishing नहीं होगा. अगर आप इस डायमेंशन में देखो तो यहाँ पे भी एक silicon dioxide, यहाँ पे भी dishing नहीं होगा. So you prevent dishing. But obviously because you made silicon dioxide here, effective width of the metal has reduced. So this thing is called as slotting. And there are clear rules of how much slotting needs to be done and at what width it should be done, so that dishing से ज़्यादा बुरी situation में ना आप फंस जाओ. Slotting should help you in improving the resistance of the wire and not lead to more wire resistance. Okay, but you will see that in very thick wires, a requirement for slotting would also appear when you will make layouts. Okay, is it fine now? This is to prevent dishing and therefore increase in resistance.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So then the next part is how to model these wires. So one way is to model them as lumped capacitances, कि पूरी capacitance को एक ही जगह पे बना दिया, or to model them as RCs, a पूरा distributed RC network, which will be very difficult to calculate. So instead, what we essentially do is we model it as pi networks and T networks. And the 3-segment pi model, that is, which has 3 pi's in it, is accurate to 3%. 3-segment pi model or T model, actually दोनों similar हैं, दोनों के same results आएंगे. But even a single segment pi model is not too inaccurate. This must be within 5 to 10%. Okay. So people usually model this, and this is not used as often. But if you really want to be extremely accurate, you can use a 3-segment pi model, and that should be good enough. Okay.
Sorry, sir. जो अपन we were talking about the network. What was actually that? The modeling which we are doing. I understood that lump distribution. We are sir, these so many graphs that is been made here. So what does it signifies basically?
They represent the resistance of the wire, and we say that the capacitance is split half on each side of the resistance. So there is a driver here, and you just model it as one resistance and capacitance split into two halves, or you model it as 2 pi's R by 2 and capacitance C by 4 C by 4 C by 4 C by 4, तो बीच में C by 2 आ गई, और R by 3 parts, 3
Okay, sir.
segment pi model.
We are this is the way of distribution, different type of distributions we can do for the same.
Exactly. They're just about different models for RC estimation. I think we need to stop here. You guys have a class, must have another class after this. So we'll stop here. We will continue from here in the next class. Okay.
No, sir. Can you wait for 5 minutes?
Yeah. I'm stopping the recording.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.